Okay, I have a Sony S40 here. It was hacked. Right now, the first thing I noticed how stiff the wires are. This is a really bad idea. These wires are stiff; they'll pop off. Um, I mean, when you solder them on, this stuff's stiff. I mean, if it moves, it's going to pop right off your solder where you soldered to. The other thing I noticed, I see some cracks in the LCD. We're going to power it on. It's not put together, it's separated. We're going to put batteries in and see what happens. So we're going to try to repair this camera, see what happens. And as you can see, it powers on. The lens does come out, so that's good. But I do have a broken screen. We'll replace that screen and see where we're going to end up. Pull the batteries out. Separate the camera. Yep, there is a screw in there. Okay, I do have a screw in the memory chip holder. Remove that. Alright, we get this thing apart. We got it apart. We can see visible scratch or cracks in the LCD. And we'll look it over. This is bad. Where the motor was on, this should be taped. First thing I'm going to do is remove this and try to get back to where it can work without the hack, and then I can rehack it. So we're going to remove that. Now we're going to remove the front. We'll have to undo this ribbon. Now when we put this wire in for our S40, this is a really not a very good solder job. Probably did work though. There's a big clump there. This wire, when we put this wire in, you can tell it was hitting. We got to make sure there's two holes here. We need to make sure that wire is away from those two holes. So I'm definitely not going to be using this wire again, so I'll remove that wire. And I've stated before, when we desolder this, we need to tape that, or that could short out on us. No use to ruining a good camera or knocking a fuse out. So we're going to tape that up. First, and we'll get that out of the way. And what I'm going to do is get this thing back to working without the hack. That way I can troubleshoot the problems. Usually it only takes a little bit of solder. Got that right off of there. Now, since I'm going to do that, since I'm going to take us back to regular, I'm going to move this, because he has this set for a fast hack. I'm going to move that back over and make this switch, because I want it to work normally. The other thing I want to do, since I'm here, is there's two little tabs right there. There's this one. Now I'm going to cut them off because they kind of help cause a little bit of a problem that's common with an S40, and that's the white screen. So we're going to remove that. That's out of there. We'll put that aside for now. Now, to replace the LCD, well, I think I might be able just to replace the LCD. I'm not sure yet. We're going to, we got to move the LCD holder. So there's two little catches. A catch here. Just push down on that, and we can pop the card reader down. Now I can put my finger underneath that clip and I can pull that LCD out of there. And to hold the LCD, and there's 2 clips on each side, and you push this LCD over, we can remove it. So there my LCD's off and out. Okay, I have another LCD to replace in the spot. I'm just going to put it on there. Get the clip. Back screen doesn't appear to be broke. There we go. So I want to push it into that little. It's not going to cooperate for me, so I'm going to have to use a pair of as we get her in there, and there my LCD's replaced. Put my card reader on. If this doesn't stay like that, you'll may need to move that little tab in. And as you can see, this is a really bad hack. As you can see, they melted the blue wire. That's a real big problem. And you can see where I'm talking about the stiff wire. That pulled right off his hack. And that's what happens. That wire will move around and it'll pull off, and it's no good. We're going to remove that. I'm not sure if this camera is going to be repairable at this point. So remove that wire, and we want the hack out of there. Now what I'm going to have to do is we're going to have to clean that up. But that connector is really bad. And as you can see too on this, we don't want to leave scraped all the way up in here. We don't need to do that, and it weakens the connector. I'm surprised this thing powered on. On another note, you can also see how much he didn't. Just the heat off a 30-watt iron will do that. He didn't have to hit it with the iron. Just the heat off a 30-watt iron will melt this blue ribbon. And I've numerous told this over and over again not to use a high temp iron, and this is what happens when people use a high temp iron. I have no idea what that stuff is.